Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Yolanda Maria if this is your first time here. So y'all, I am putting these videos out. I have recorded probably about 3 videos, so if you guys see the same shirt, just ignore it, okay? So today's video is going to be about SEZZLE. I am just now getting on board with SEZZLE, and the reason is because I use the e-commerce platform Wix. I know Shopify has had access to SEZZLE for years, but Wix is just now coming on board with it in 2021. So I added SEZZLE to my store, and if you are not familiar with me, I am the owner of Yummy Candi Collection. I own a hair extensions brand, and we also have a natural hair care line as a sister company with Yummy Candi Collection. So I decided to add Wix to my, I decided to add SEZZLE to my store this year as soon as it became available on Wix. And I wanted to talk to you guys about the pros and cons that I've had with using SEZZLE. So if you are interested in hearing what I have learned as a business owner using a buy now, pay later platform, keep on watching. So I have some notes written down about the pros and cons. It's pretty much even right now as far as the pros and cons, but I did want to share in case you are a business owner and you're thinking about going ahead and getting a buy now, pay later service. Only thing I can talk about is SEZZLE, because SEZZLE is all that I have right now. So I'm going to start with the pros of SEZZLE. So my first pro is that it attracts customers. It really piques customers' interest. So I have seen a spike in my sales since I started offering a buy now, pay later service. I do have high ticket items. The majority of my business is hair extensions and wigs. And the lowest, pretty much one of my lowest wigs are like $300. So for those people who have always wanted to shop with my store and probably couldn't, or they could not afford it at the time, now they have the availability to break up those payments into 4 payments, and they're interest-free payments. So that has really sparked an interest to customers that have always wanted to shop with my store. So that is definitely a pro that my business has increased. Another pro that I am enjoying with SEZZLE is that I have the ability to set my minimum. And I did not know that this even existed, where I can set on my website the minimum allowed. The purchase has to be set at $250. Now that was my personal preference, that I felt like if someone is going to use SEZZLE, it needs to at least be $250. When I first got SEZZLE, yes, people were using a buy now, pay later on $20 or buy now, pay later on $25. My hair growth serum is $25, and people were actually using the 4 payment plan for a $25 hair growth bottle of hair growth oil. Well, what a lot of customers don't realize is on the back end, and I know that it's no concern to them, they're just placing an order on the front end, and they're like, you know, they're placing an order for $25 and they'll make 4 payments of that $25. However, they are not realizing that it's taking money from us. So I'm going to talk about that as far as in the cons in another section, but I now have the ability, and I went, and you do have to call. You can't do it on the website, on SEZZLE website. So on the merchant side, you cannot. You have to call the customer service and actually set a minimum to your website. If someone goes on my website and tries to use SEZZLE for something under $250, they will receive a message telling them that this purchase is not eligible for SEZZLE. And the last con that I have for you guys is that SEZZLE takes all the risk. As the business owner, we do not have to take the risk. The only thing we have to do is pay SEZZLE their fees, and SEZZLE goes ahead and release all the funds to us, and the customer makes the payments to SEZZLE. So I love that we are not at risk for if someone doesn't pay. If someone doesn't pay, SEZZLE will go after them and they will put it on your credit report. If you are a customer that don't pay your bills or don't pay SEZZLE, they do file it to your credit report. But that is a pro on the business side of it, because we don't have to take the risk and we still get our money. So let's jump over to the cons about SEZZLE. So these are things that I was not aware of when I first got SEZZLE. I wasn't even thinking about it. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I shared this information with other business owners to be mindful of when you are running sales and people are using SEZZLE. You are already getting losing into your profit or dipping into your profit when you run a sale. So on the back end, although customers don't know this, on the back end we are charged a fee from SEZZLE. Personally, mine is 10%. I don't mind sharing that. And I know that every store is different depending on the risk of your business. Your you know, it could be 8%, it could be 5% that SEZZLE is taking. It could be 10%, such as myself. Those that had SEZZLE years ago, those that got on board with SEZZLE years ago, they were not charging as high as they are today. So unfortunately, because I'm late to getting on with SEZZLE because it was not available to me, those people who had Shopify and that's had SEZZLE for, you know, 3-4 years right now, they have a much lower percentage. I have several friends and we do communicate and talk about things. And I know that some of my friends that are also in the hair industry, they have a much lower percentage than I do. So that goes into my next con. Because I am in the hair industry and it is a high risk business, I'm sure over the years, SEZZLE has probably had some people not pay. And now, because I'm last to, you know, getting on board to it, I have a higher percentage that they're going to take, because there are so many scammers out here. People who are placing orders and then don't make the payments. They place the order, they receive their item, and then they don't pay. And they probably don't care if SEZZLE puts it on their credit, because their credit is probably already messed up. So because it's such a high risk industry and a high risk business, SEZZLE, if you're just now coming on board with SEZZLE, you may have to unfortunately take a higher interest rate. I'm sorry, not interest rate, but a higher fee that they're taking away from you. So con 1 and con 2 pretty much goes together, because you really have to make sure that you have your pricing structure where it accommodates the fees that SEZZLE is taking. If SEZZLE is taking 10%, such as myself, or whether it's 8%, you may have to adjust your prices. You may have to increase your prices if you can, in order to make sure that you are getting a profit. And if someone is using a discount code and SEZZLE, you are getting hit twice. So I made a decision for my business that anytime that I am running a sale, I will be disabling the SEZZLE payment option. They will have to pay with a credit card or pay with PayPal or something to that nature, whatever other options that I have on my site. But SEZZLE will not be available during the time I'm running a sale, because I will be losing all of my profit. Another con to using SEZZLE is if you have to cancel an order. If someone checks out with SEZZLE, SEZZLE automatically takes their percentage. Whatever agreement that you have with SEZZLE of the actual fee, it is automatically taken out. So the 10%, so I'm gonna give you an example. I had someone place an order for a $345 wig. SEZZLE immediately took basically $34 out right off the top. Well, I had to cancel her order because I felt like this was a scammer. The way things were going, the questions she was asking, me asking questions, it didn't sit well with me. And because I don't take the chance, I don't take any risk. If I feel like you're a scammer, I have to cancel your order. Well, if you cancel an order, you do not get the feedback. So I lost $34 for no reason. Did I save on the, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that I save? Yes, because this person could have been a scammer, and I have sent a $345 wig out. They not only got the wig, but they also didn't pay SEZZLE, because they only paid a fourth, and then they probably, you know, are just not going to pay the rest. They got a $34 wig. So, or not, well, not a $34 wig, whatever the fourth is, I mean, the percentage is of the 4 payments. So it's basically, if you cancel an order for any reason, it doesn't matter if they ordered the wrong thing and they use SEZZLE. SEZZLE is still going to keep their fee. So that is a downside, because there are tons of scammers out here. So if you feel like you need to cancel an order, unfortunately, you lose the fees as well. See, SEZZLE is not giving you your fees back. So that is a con to me. And last but not least, another con for me is that I use the pre-order method. I have been using the pre-order method for years, and I will go ahead and leave that video up in the cards above of the pre-order method and how I use that as a part of my business. Because I use the pre-order method, it really is an inconvenience that it takes SEZZLE about 3 to 4 business days to release the money. So on your very first order, it may take even up to 30 days for them to release your portion of the money. Once you get going and they see orders coming in, then they will immediately begin to process it, but you will not receive the funds for at least 3 to 4 business days. Because I do the pre-order method, I do not have hair on hand. So I do have to wait for SEZZLE to release the money, which again is 3 to 4 business days. And then I have to place the order with my vendor, and that will be another 3 to 4 days. Luckily, my turnaround time that I advertise is 10 to 14 days. So that really helps that I have a longer turnaround time, but that is an inconvenience and definitely a con that it takes, could take up to 4 days before you even receive the money. Typically, if it's someone who did not use SEZZLE, I have the money at least within 1 business day, and I'm immediately ordering with my vendor, and I usually have the hair on hand with me within 3 business days. So that 3 to 4 days that I am sitting waiting on the money, that is definitely a con and an inconvenience. Well, that is it. I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys the pros and cons that I have experienced with my business. Wanted to make sure that okay, y'all, I am so sorry. My camera stopped. So I had to grab my cell phone. My camera stopped because my SD card is full. I told you guys in the beginning of the video that I have been just making videos all day. I think I'm going on Amazon to order another card. So I'm trying to get these videos out back to back, and I need, another SD card. So anyway, I was actually wrapping up that video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope that this information helps you guys. If there's anything in this video that you have gained knowledge about, that you liked and enjoyed, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what experiences you have had as a business owner in using SEZZLE. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below in the comment box. If you are interested in getting a SEZZLE account, make sure you use my affiliate link down in the description box below, and that will really help support me. Thank you so much. Make sure, again, you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.